She told me her car broke down behind the bar. What she didn't know was that I could already see the people waiting for me back there. I downloaded Hinge after telling myself I was done with dating apps for good. That promise lasted maybe 2 months. It wasn't even desperation, it was boredom. That quiet, late-night kind of boredom where you convince yourself you're being productive by putting yourself out there. That's how I matched with a girl named Leela. Her profile felt real. The photos weren't model perfect. She had one picture with a smudge on her mirror like she didn't even notice it. One candid shot at a friend's birthday. One outdoorsy picture where she looked tired but happy. Her prompts were basic. Her job was normal. She didn't seem like someone trying to sell anything or push me to Snapchat in 5 messages. We talked for 2 days and she was easy to talk to. On the 3rd day, she asked if I wanted to meet that night for a drink. Spontaneous, convenient, a little risky, but not insane. We picked a local arcade bar that stayed open late. It was in a decent area. I'd been there before. The only reason I agreed was because it was public and familiar. We settled on 9 p.m. I showed up at 8:50 because I'd rather be early and relaxed than late and scrambling. The place looked quieter than usual. Not empty, but not Friday night busy either. A few cars in the lot, a couple people smoking outside, music coming through the walls. I parked near the front entrance, under one of the lights. I messaged her, "Here, take your time." She didn't reply. At 9:03, my phone buzzed. "Oh, my car is acting up. I'm parked behind the building." That little sentence made my stomach tighten. Behind the building was not a parking lot. It was a service area. Dumpsters, a chain link fence, trees behind that. No lights. No reason for anyone to be back there unless they worked there or were doing something they didn't want seen. I wrote back, "Why are you back there?" No answer. Then another message popped up almost instantly. "Can you just come help me really quick? Please." I stared at it and told myself I was overthinking. Maybe she turned wrong. Maybe her GPS did that thing where it sends you to the back entrance. Maybe she was embarrassed and flustered. But I tried calling her through the app. 1 ring. Voicemail. My phone buzzed again. "Don't call. Just come around back." I looked at the front entrance. People walking in, laughing, safe. I looked at the dark side of the building where the lights didn't reach. And every part of me that wanted to survive said the same thing. "No," I typed. "This doesn't feel right. I'm leaving." I put my phone down and started my car. The moment I shifted into reverse, something moved in my peripheral vision. 2 figures stepped out from the shadow between the dumpsters and the fence. They weren't walking like people who just happened to be there. They moved fast, directly toward me, like they'd been waiting for the exact moment my reverse lights turned on. I slammed the gas without thinking. My tires squealed on the pavement, and my heart felt like it was punching the inside of my ribs. As I sped toward the exit, one of them threw something. I didn't see what it was. I just heard the impact. A heavy, ugly thunk on the back of my car. I didn't stop. I didn't look back. I drove like I was late for a funeral. When I got home, my hands were shaking so badly, I had to sit in my car for a full minute before I could even grab my keys. I went around the back and saw the dent. Top of the trunk. Deep. Like someone had dropped a brick from shoulder height. I called the police and told them everything while I stared at the damage like it wasn't real. They asked if I'd seen faces. I hadn't. They asked if I'd gotten a license plate. I hadn't. They asked for the profile. I opened Hinge to show them. Lila's profile was gone, deleted, like it never existed. The officer did that slow nod, like he'd heard it before. He told me they'd file a report and increase patrols. He said it in a tone that sounded like he already knew nothing would come from it. I didn't sleep that night. If this story is making your skin crawl, you can leave a like. It helps more than you think. The image changed to the inside of my house. Around 2 a.m., my phone lit up. Unknown number. You were supposed to help. I felt cold all the way down to my bones. I blocked it. A minute later, another number. Why did you run? I blocked that one too. Another. We saw your plate. That was the one that made me sit up, because I never mentioned my plate. And in the moment, I realized something that hit me harder than the dent in my trunk. They weren't improvising. They weren't guessing. They were watching. I changed my passwords. I turned on 2-factor authentication. I checked my email. Nothing looked compromised yet, but I couldn't relax. The next day, I drove to work with my mirrors tilted just right so I could see who was behind me. All day, I felt like a stray dog that had been kicked one too many times. When I got home that evening, there was a piece of paper tucked under my windshield wiper. Just one line written in thick black marker. Next time, park in the back. I stood in the lot, staring at it until my eyes started to water. Not crying, just that hot, involuntary burn you get when your body doesn't know what to do with the fear. I took the note inside, called the police again. They asked if I saw anyone. I didn't. They asked if there were cameras. There weren't. That night, I sat in my living room with all the lights on and my phone on the table, like it was a ticking bomb. No more messages came, no more calls, just silence. And somehow that was worse, because silence doesn't mean they're gone. Sometimes silence means they're waiting for you to convince yourself it was all a fluke.